Hello everybody, and welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today we're doing a mashup build. But our base casting is gonna be this road roller. Came with the trailer, but I didn't want to use it. So why don't we go ahead and head down to the range and let's see what I came up with. You know, it's a pretty neat little casting. I got it from Chris over at Chris's Junkyard Designs. I remember it clearly. Told him I had an awesome plan I was wanting to do with it. And honestly, the plan I originally had didn't cut up or didn't quite measure up to the idea that I put it in this video. You know, I had a lot of fun doing this. There was a lot of custom made parts, a lot of custom work done to it, and I could not be happier with this build. Let's just put it that way. You know, there was a lot of parts that I had to cut up and, you know, shorten up and everything else. You know, the first thing I did was, after I took it apart, you know, I had the 62 Chevy casting, just the cab portion of it, because I was going to use it for something, but I never did. And I'm going to mash these two pieces together. But I think the only part I put along with this build, you know, but these were the two main things I wanted to use because it made up the main body of it. And oh my goodness, I love how it turned out. It turned out absolutely amazing. And you know, using my Dremel tool, I actually had to let it charge a couple times, you know, between cutting with my cutting tool. And I just wanted to see what this would look like together. It was just one of those, like, I was looking, I was like, I got an extra cab, you know, why don't I see, you know, I had a windshield that went with this, and I was like, let's see what I can come up with, you know. So I did some thinking, and, you know, I just I was watching something on Netflix as I was doing this, and it just got me to thinking, you know, what is my specialty? Well, for those of you who don't know, my specialty is custom one-off builds. And, you know, I'm pretty good with the whole wheel swap and paint jobs things, but, you know, a lot of things with customizing is pretty much making it out of the box, pretty much. You know, you guys seen my La Troca hauler truck. You know, my Mini Cooper, you know, hauler. You know, I love doing outside the box builds. That is one of my favorite things to do. I come up with all kinds of different designs. I try to do different builds, you know, but this is actually the first time in a long time that I've actually done a build. I don't think I've done this on a video, but I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. You'll have to kind of keep watching the video just to find out exactly what I'm doing in this build. You know, you see that I'm working on trying to put everything together. I thought about using the same interior, but it just wouldn't fit, so I had to kind of trim that down and, you know, go from there. I love doing these one-off builds. I really, really do. And I got a special announcement towards the end of the video that I'm going to be putting out. And no, for those who don't know, this is not my 2-in-1 tow truck build off with Cole from Kuda's Diecast Customs. I'm not doing that. This is not what I'm going to be using for my truck into the wasteland build from Three Blind Mice. I think I got that title wrong, but I know I got the person right, or the group right. But I'm actually going to come up with something different for those. But this truck, you know, I thought about using it for the Three Blind Mice build, but then it got to going on it. I was like, man, you know, what I want to do, I'm going to work on something a little bit different for that. So I'm going to come across all kinds of castings that I got, look and see what I got, and go from there. You know, I got a couple of good ideas rolling around in my head what I'm going to do for the truck build for the Three Blind Mice. You know, I got my tow truck build for Kuda's diecast customs. The build off me and him are doing. I already got the casting set aside to that, so I already know what I'm going to be doing there. But that, if you guys are interested in doing that, all are available to participate in it. The rules for it: you got to make two castings into one, and it's got to be a tow truck. Yeah, you can use 3D printed parts or custom made parts or anything like that, but you got to pretty much put it in there that, you know, there's two different castings, and you can actually tell the two different castings. You know, that is the biggest rule there, is just making sure you use two different castings. You can use castings from other things, but the two main castings have to be used in the build. And then the 3 Blind Mice build, I think it's just pretty much a post-apocalyptic pickup truck or something in that area. You know, I got my ideas of what I'm going to be doing with that. You know, that's not due until mid-April, so I'm really kind of not buying my time, but just making sure that I have everything planned out. And unfortunately, I got some bad news. You guys won't be seeing a 4 Horsemen build from me this month due to the fact that wherever my video footage went for that build, it has just up and disappeared. I have no idea where it went, but I'll be showing you pictures of that build, of what mine looked like, you know, at the end of this video. You know, I was really upset when I found out I couldn't find any of that video footage. I was really heated, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't, you know, just make it poof out of, you know, thin air. I wish I could, but it don't work that way. But I'll be showing you pictures of that at the end of this video. But, you know, you see in the video now, I'm using one of these airport vehicles, you know, just... I don't know exactly what it was called. I don't know where the base was. Where to go? There it is. It's just says a runway Wrangler. Yeah, that's what that was called. I used pretty much just the top portion and the base of that for the back of this truck. You know, I didn't use the base from the road roller. Didn't really want to use that, you know, because it wasn't wanting to fit the theme that I was going to go with this build. And, you know, I wanted it to pretty much just float into one. As you see here, I'm matching up like 4 different, well, technically 3 different castings. You know, the 62 Chevy, the road roller, and the runway Wrangler. You know, and, you know, you might be thinking I'm going probably car hauler. No, I'm not going to car hauler. I think I've done, you know, my portion of car haulers for now. You never know what is going to be in store for the future. I wanted this one to be, you know, clean. I wanted it to look nice. I didn't want it to look all raggy, you know. But I don't know what it is. These thoughts just come into my head, and I'm like, let me try this, see how this works together, and see where that goes. I didn't use any special wheels. I had some 18-wheeler wheels that I had laying around, some dualies, and, you know, I got them from this, I can think, John Deere setup that had the tractor and stuff on it. I can't remember exactly where I got them from, but I ended up using them, and I'm glad I did, because they just set the truck off. Because I was gonna use some real riders that I got from Grizz over at, or not Grizz, Paul over at Diecast Graveyard, but I didn't want to use them for this build. You know, I wanted to see what I could do with what I had already. You know, like I said, there's some custom parts on here, and yeah, I just wanted everything to kind of flow into place, and it did. Every part fit perfectly. Had to groove out some areas for the wheels. Had to make a back for the 62 Chevy cab, you know, to make sure it fit. And luckily enough, it fit perfectly with very little modifications and very little sanding. And, you know, didn't have to really worry about it. The interior, I had to kind of finagle a little bit, I should say, just to get it to fit in there. And it worked fine. You can't really see the interior due to the fact that, you know, the cab's pretty much, the window's pretty tinted. So, I wanted to just see what all would happen. And I'm just sitting here looking at the finished product right now. Yeah, I get to look at it before you do. And I'm just surprised at how it just, like, you can't even tell the two parts were mashed up together. You know, I'm talking about the 62 Chevy and the road roller. You know, I thought about using some styrene and making my own exhaust, but yeah, I wanted to use the fuel tanks from the actual road roller on this build. So I made the modifications and made it to where I can just use the exhaust and stuff like that, and just pretty much kept them with the build. Had to sand it down a little bit to get it to where it'll fit right up against the cab like I was wanting it to. And, you know, it sits low. It's pretty much like, I know you guys have seen some custom trucks laying around, or not laying around, but rolling around. You know, I had some videos sent to me with some custom 18-wheelers, you know, just drop down low, and they looked awesome. They really did. The big old fenders on it, and the way they looked was just remarkable. I really had a blast building this based off of those style trucks, and I had a lot of fun. Let's just put it that way. I had a lot of fun building this truck. Excuse me. I hope y'all really enjoy the video. You know, and you know, I want to thank you, send a thank you to all my subscribers out there. You know, I'm boosting up quick, and I appreciate everybody that's, you know, subscribed to my channel. And you know, it means a lot to me. It really does. And don't worry, you know, I'll get it out there to you where, you know, if you want a custom from me, all you gotta do is tell me. I got somebody wanting a custom from me. I gotta remember who it is. They sent me a message here on YouTube, so I gotta check that out. I got a couple of packages going out. I got one going out to Paul over at Diecast Graveyard. I got from Tony's Diecast Customs, I got something going out to him. I got something going out to JDC and Josh Harding and Diecast Clown. Their package is going to be out on Friday, on the way with their giveaway wins. And the way I do things, you know, you don't just get one car or one casting, you know, sent to you. You get two. You get an extra. And some stickers. You know, I don't like just sending the giveaway car. So I'll find one of my older customs that I've done or that I thought was pretty nice, and I would send it to them, whether I did a video or not. But what I'm doing here is I'm building pretty much this whole back end on top of this runway Wrangler. And I'm building everything from styrene. Square styrene, tube styrene, small squares, big square, you know, round stock. You know, I even got these little eye hooks that I put on here that I'm going to be attaching chains to. And I'm going with one of my specialties, and that's a tow truck. Yes, I'm making this into a custom tow truck. I was amazed at how good this thing looks. Let's just put it that way. There was a lot of custom parts on it. A lot of, you know, research and designing as I went. So I was cutting out a lot of that. And you see here, it's coming together nicely. You know, everything's flowing. The wheels look great on it. But once it's painted, it's going to look 10 times better. It's not going to look all multiple different colors, designs. I got the body filler, or the body putty, you know, filling in little cracks and crevices and stuff like that on the areas that I want kind of just looking like they belong there. And I was really, man, this is one of those builds where I could not wait to see it done. No, I didn't rush it. It took me a few days to actually build this, because I had to think about what I was wanting to do and what I was wanting to use, how I was going to do it. I got this old chain from, Hobby Lobby, and I got a bunch of chain. I got a spool of it that I got, and, Jay and Tony, expect some nice little Mad Max pieces and some little extras in there. Tony, you're going to be getting some stickers because Jay's already got some stickers. So you're going to be getting some stickers in your little package. Hope you guys enjoy the Mad Max stuff that I'm sending you guys, because you guys were two of the people that wanted some, and I had tons of extra, and trust me, I know I can get more, so I'm not worried about it. But you see how the chains are looking on here? It's looking amazing. I love how it turns out, and I'm really good at building tow trucks. I've built tow trucks out of, just round wire that I've twisted up, and, I built my, I take parts off of other tow trucks and make my own, like with this Volkswagen, the dairy delivery van I made into a tow truck, and, I really like doing these. I made my Mad Max tow truck, the 8 crate, I detailed the interior, detailed the front end with some metallic paint, and what I did with the exhaust, I took some soot powder from the little weathering kits that you can get from Hobby Lobby, and I put it on the tips of the exhaust. I made my own little winch setup here. Whether it looks like a winch or not, I don't care. I did my best with what I had. I got a little hose that's gonna go to, on there. You can't really see the spark plug wires that great, because I kind of ended up having to smush them a little bit to fit them inside the casting. But I am putting a challenge out there to one person we all know. This is a 1921 Model T, and the challenge goes out to Paul at Diecast Graveyard. There's no rules to it. He's getting one of the castings. I'm actually mailing it out Friday. I want to see what he comes up with. I want to see what I come up with. Just to see what happens. So why don't we see what we got from him, and let's go from there. But we'll have to find out later. But this is what we started off with. A nice little road roller. I didn't really like the cab. I didn't like how it looked, and that's why I switched it out. Detailed up the engine, customized the back, changed out the wheels to some really nice tires. And, well, without further ado, let's check out the final result. And I'll see you next time at the range.